Hello everyone, it's Brian from ATS. Welcome to the ATS Advanced Selling Skills program. Today we will be reviewing goal setting. To begin, what we need to remember is the slogan which says any path will get you there if you don't know where you're going. So what we really want to look at today is what path will take us to where we really want to get to. Let's then look at how do we set a goal to help us achieve what we want to achieve. As an example, let's have a look at a work goal. I know when we did the course, we asked many of you, what were your work goals? And what were you actually trying to achieve? And I remember in so many cases, the outcome from that was that you wanted to achieve your company target. Many of you may think that's quite fair. However, we then uncovered really the target of achieving your 100% was really not your target, but your manager's target or the company's target. So what we really need to look at is how do we change those so that actually reflect what you're trying to achieve and not the management or the company. In setting a work goal or any goal, you need to be clear of the outcome you're trying to achieve. Now, was that a dollar income? Was that a percentage of sales for the year? Or was it just to be the top salesperson in the organization? Or maybe the top 5 in the company? Whatever those individual goals were, that's where we need to start. If we're clear on where we want to get to, we can now set the path to get ourselves there. To set the goal, we need to use the 5 SMART goal principles. Number 1, firstly, for a goal to be smart, it needs to be specific. You really need to be able to clearly identify what your goal is to anyone. For example, if that was to achieve a 140% target, that would be fairly easy to do. It also, secondly, needs to be measurable. So how can we judge that at the end of time? Well, on the surface, this looks quite simple, as we can look at it and say, yes, we want to achieve 140% of our target. However, in fairness, we probably need to dig a little bit deeper for the measurability. You may measure this as a 40% increase on each of your current monthly targets. Or if you're currently doing 10 meetings a week, and that's going to get you 100%, you may need to complete 14 meetings a week to get you to a 140% target. Measurement comes down to a little bit more detail, so you'll have to work those out so you're clear on them. The third principle is it has to be agreed. The goal needs to be something that you agree you want and are prepared to take the ownership of it. You need to take what goal you are setting in a serious manner and then write it down as to how you can achieve it. The fourth principle is it needs to be realistic. The goals need to be something that you want to achieve, that will add value to what you want to do in your life. There is no point in setting a goal to achieve 2000% of target if there is no way this can be achieved. It needs to be something that you can attain. Make sure when you set a goal it is realistic to help you get what you want. However, remember, don't aim too low, always aim high. And the last principle is for it to be time-bound. Many goals may be short-term, medium-term or long-term. So you may have some goals you set over a 20-year period or a 10-year period. Could be 3 years, and some goals that you set over a 12 or a 3-month period. Now in the situation of this work goal, it may be a 12-month period that you're looking at to achieve this. So as long as you know the time it is going to be completed in, you will be able to set the goal. So to set a SMART goal, it needs to be specific, measurable, agreed, realistic and time-bound. Now, what do we set these goals on? We've talked so far on work goals, but what happens when we start to just focus on work goals? Well, other parts of our life tend to be forgotten. What we at ATS suggest you do is not just set goals based around work, but also set them around other aspects of your life, such as fitness, health, personal or financial goals to help you achieve what you want to achieve. I suggest at the end of this session, you sit down and you try to work on one of those aspects of your life and set a goal around it using the 5 SMART goal principles. Remember, at the end, write it down and put it somewhere that you can look at it quite often. Also, as things change in your life, you might need to update the goal. That's it for today's session. Thank you for your time. And remember, if you don't change anything, nothing will change.